Welcome to the Akashic Library.
Have you ever just stopped and wondered if you could decide to have the life you want? Well, today we're diving into a really powerful technique that's designed to do exactly that. We're talking about reprogramming your mind to manifest your deepest desires.
Now, that is a pretty bold promise, isn't it? It's a huge claim, and over the next few minutes, we're going to break down exactly how this whole method is supposed to work. And what's really fascinating is that it might be way more grounded in how our brains are wired than you'd think.
So where do we even begin with something like this? Well, the whole thing starts with one big foundational idea. The universe isn't holding out on you. In fact, it's actually the complete opposite. The core concept here is that anything you could possibly want, more abundance, a new car, a loving partner, it already exists for you. It's out there on an energetic level, in this field of pure potential, just waiting for you to tune in and bring it into your life. And that, of course, brings up the most obvious question. If it's already there, then why don't I have it? Well, the argument here is that the block isn't coming from the outside world at all. Nope, it's internal.
The only reason you haven't actually experienced that potential in your life is because your own mind is literally filtering it out. And these filters, they're the limiting beliefs that you've been programmed with over years and years, usually without even realizing it.
I mean, just think about it for a second. How many of us grew up hearing things like, money doesn't grow on trees, or, oh honey, we can't afford that? These aren't just phrases. They're little bits of code, programs that teach our brains to scan the world for lack and limitation. And this doesn't just apply to money, it applies to everything, love, health, you name it.
This visualizes the mental shift we're talking about perfectly. Your old program, your current filter, is constantly looking for proof of what you don't have. The goal is to install a new filter, one that scans for possibility and positive expectation. You're not trying to deny your current situation, you're just changing what you expect to see in the future. So how do we actually do it? How do we make that shift and overwrite that old buggy code in our brains? Well, the technique itself is surprisingly simple and something you can start doing today. Here it is. It's a simple two-part affirmation. First, you get crystal clear on what it is you desire. Then, instead of focusing on the fact that you don't have it yet, you just start repeating this statement. Notice how it completely reframes your energy? It shifts you out of a state of wanting and lacking into one of calm, positive expectation. Now, this might sound a little bit out there, I get it. But there's actually a real neurological reason why a simple technique like this can be so effective. It all comes down to which part of your brain you're choosing to activate. I want you to meet your reticular activating system, or RAS for short. Think of it as the bouncer or the gatekeeper for your attention. It's the reason why the moment you decide you want, say, a red Tesla, you suddenly start seeing red Teslas everywhere you go. Your RAS is literally filtering reality to show you what you're focused on. So this affirmation is like telling your brain's bouncer, hey, start letting in all the proof that what I want is on its way. This little analogy is the perfect way to understand the feeling you're trying to create. Imagine you're a kid, and you know for a fact that your parents have already bought you the exact toy you wanted for your birthday. You're not worried about if you'll get it. You know it's already in the house somewhere. You just have to wait with that buzzing, excited feeling for the day to arrive. That is the energy of positive expectation. All right, now for the final and maybe the most crucial piece of the puzzle. This whole technique works best when it's supported by a core belief about how you see the world and your place in it. To really make this feel natural and easy, try on this perspective. Instead of seeing the universe as this random, indifferent place that you have to fight against, what if you reframed it as a benevolent, loving, cosmic parent? A parent that genuinely wants you to be happy and to have all the things you desire. And that brings us to this powerful final idea. That cosmic parent wants to give you absolutely everything. But there's a small catch. The pipeline for receiving is only as big as your belief. It's your own mind that sets the limit on how much good you're actually willing to let into your life. So, when you boil it all down, it's this. You are actively filtering your reality every single moment of every day. This technique just offers you a way to consciously choose what filter you're using. It puts the power right back in your hands, asking you to shift from seeing what's missing to expecting what's on its way. So that leaves just one question. What reality will you start scanning for?
Our mind's programming can be rewritten, but first you must become aware of the code. Next, release the need to understand and stop trying to figure it out.